When I did my video feature of the Geely Emgrand Premium, I mentioned that it didn't come with the Geely Coolray's turbocharged engine and dual clutch transmission. In this video, we find out if an all-motor Geely Emgrand can still tickle my driving fancy. Let's do this. Hello guys, I'm Reagan and welcome back to another driving video. If you're new to my channel, I want you to click that subscribe button for your regular dose of Philippine automotive content. If you're my subscriber already, well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. But first, click that like button. Also, special thanks to Geely Manila for providing the Geely Emgrand Premium to do this driving video. If you have any inquiries and you need any Geely, well, head on down here to their showroom and check them out. For any inquiries, you may also contact the hotline in my pinned comment below. Now, before we go out for a drive in the Geely Emgrand, guys, I'd like to put an issue to rest, which is the ground clearance of the Emgrand. You see, I said in my video feature that the ground clearance of the Emgrand is 151 millimeters, but apparently there are some reports that are saying that the ground clearance is only 122 millimeters and that this might hit some speed bumps or steep parking ramps. Now guys, to put that issue to rest, I have with me my Mazda MX-5 Miata right here, side by side with the Geely Emgrand. Now my MX-5 is lowered on coilovers and the stock ground clearance of an MX-5 is 130 millimeters. Now my MX-5, my Scarlet right here, has a ground clearance of around 122 millimeters. So if the reports that are saying that the Emgrand's ground clearance of 122 millimeters is correct, then the Emgrand should be as low as my Miata. But as you can see on the video, that's not the case, guys. Now, I have with me my cell phone right here. This is a Samsung S21. And as you can see, I'll put that on the bumper, the front bumper of my Miata, and it cannot go in. See? It's too high, it's too big. But I put the same cell phone on the Geely Emgrand. As you can see, it can easily go underneath. So, as you can see, the Geely Emgrand Premium is clearly much higher than 122 millimeters. So guys, the ground clearance of the Emgrand is 151 millimeters and it can easily clear parking bumps. As you can see, it's over the parking bump. It can clear speed bumps or even steep parking ramps. Now that that issue's been resolved, guys, let's go and drive this Geely Emgrand Premium right now. Now, before we go out for our drive, guys, well, one thing that I love about this Geely Emgrand Premium is the cabin feel. You see, as I plop myself into this driver's seat, you know that just by looking at the cabin materials that they use here, you know that you are in a car that feels like $1,000,000. Now, there are subcompact sedans in the category that once you get inside that car, you know that you are inside a budget subcompact vehicle, but that doesn't apply to the Geely Emgrand Premium. Okay guys, so we are now backing out of the parking area of Geely Manila, and while we're backing out, the image of the reverse camera comes on the screen. And yeah, this is one of the areas that I said in my features video of the Emgrand that I'm not really too fond of. And yeah, it's hard because the Coolray, the Okavango, the Azkarra have set such a high bar when it comes to the video quality of the reverse camera image or the 360 cam in their case. But in this Geely Emgrand, well, it's usable, yes, but it's nowhere near the quality of the Coolray, the Azkarra, and the Okavango. So yeah, that's one of the areas that I'm not really too fond of. But at least it's there. At least it's there. The thing is, the other Japanese car brands, the subcompact Japanese sedans, they also have reverse cameras now. So yeah, it's not a big advantage to the Geely Emgrand Premium. So now that we're finally driving the Geely Emgrand Premium, well, one of the things that I notice is the seats have a good amount of bolsters on the side. It's already borderline sporty, in fact. And yeah, I got a good amount of support on the thighs as well. And I got a good amount of lumbar support as well. So it's going to give you a good amount of support when you are driving this on a long drive. So I'm pretty sure that driver's fatigue will be minimized with the seats of the Geely Emgrand Premium. Now, as for the visibility of this Geely Emgrand Premium, well, I love that the dashboard is mounted a bit lower. So that means that we have a slightly wider windshield than most other like sporty subcompact sedans in the category. That means that yeah, this is one easy to drive car, and when you couple that with the very light steering feel that we have here, so we have a very light steering wheel. Granted, we are in comfort mode, which, by the way, guys, is the default driving mode of the Geely Emgrand Premium. Just like the Coolray, this has a comfort mode, it has a sport mode, and an eco mode. And right now, we are just driving in comfort mode. And yeah, true to its name, it is quite comfortable to drive. I mean, we're just going very slowly here on this road. We have a very slow Innova in front of us. But let's see, I'm going to floor it a little bit in comfort mode. Yeah. Even if we're in comfort mode, yeah, flooring it gave me a good amount of power. So I am quite impressed, I might say, because this doesn't have a turbocharged engine, and yet, wow, even just in comfort mode, my goodness, wow, this thing can roll. Let's try it again. Okay. So this Emgrand Premium also comes with a CVT transmission, guys, and I kind of expected that when I did a short burst of acceleration in comfort mode there, that the CVT will drone, will have a lot of engine noise, but that's not the case, guys. Let's try it again. So, okay, I'm hearing the engine, but it is translating to a good level of speed, guys. Wow, okay. Now I'm seeing why we don't really have a turbocharged engine in the Emgrand. Because apparently it doesn't need it. In comfort mode, it has a good amount of low-end torque that's accessible. So that tells me that the transmission tuning of this thing is pretty brilliant. Now I'm going to switch it to eco mode. So I have to access the driver settings in the infotainment system. So we're now in eco mode. So let's see. I'm not really an eco mode type of guy, but well, the engine is quiet in eco mode, and surprisingly, I still get a good amount of power. See, we're in eco mode, right? Yeah, we have a good amount of power, guys. Wow. Now this is something I did not expect. I would expect that the eco mode of the Geely Emgrand will be like a huge cripple hammer in terms of performance, but in that short burst there, it's not the case. This car is surprising me to no end. Okay, we have a wide open road in front. We are still in eco mode, so let's try it now. So the noticeable difference there, while I'm accelerating, guys, is in eco mode, the engine is quieter. It is much quieter. But in terms of actual power, it's the same as comfort mode, surprisingly. Alright, I'm still on eco mode here, guys. Wow! Eco mode is usable for somebody like me. You know, guys, this just tells you that, the horsepower figures, it's not really the entire story here. How the transmission is tuned makes a bigger impact on the actual performance of the vehicle. Now, guys, this is a CVT. This is not a dual clutch. This is not an automatic transmission. This is a CVT. And I dare say, in the short time I've been driving it, I'm not even on sport mode, guys. I've not yet tried sport mode. But in the short time I've been driving this thing, the CVT of the Geely Emgrand Premium is hands down one of the best out there. One of the best, guys. Now, let's go for sport mode. Sport. So now we're in sport mode. Oh yeah. Woo! Right, so in sport mode, the sound of the engine was noticeably louder, and the response of the transmission is, it's more hurried. So I could really tell that the difference in the drive modes of the Geely Emgrand, the Comfort, Eco, and Sport mode, really just relies on the transmission tuning, on the yeah, on the power delivery of this thing. It's not, it's not like it's unlocking a hidden turbo, but in sport mode, you see, we've got a good amount of low-end torque there. It's like a pit bull on a leash. Like it wants to go, it wants to attack. Come on, traffic, free up already. We want to attack. Woo! I'm going to look for an open road. Just give me a second, guys.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, we have a wide open road in front. We're from standstill, sport mode. Let's do this. Ooh. You can hear the engine, but as the CVT delivers the power, yep, we are now at illegal speeds. Guys, well, at the start, from the get-go, you know it's a CVT. There's a little bit of a delay. It's something that's pretty similar to the DCT of the Coolray. But once that CVT transmission grabs that power, see? You see? Woo, woo, woo. Okay, slow down. Oh, wow. Guys, it's crazy. Sport mode, no turbo, sport mode. This thing gets a thumbs up from me. Now, another thing I noticed here is the steering feel kind of stiffened up a little bit. You see, we have a little bit more heft now. Granted, it's still light. It's still lighter than most. But the steering response is also sharper. See? Woo. There's a good amount of steering response right there, guys. Wow. And this is sport mode. So that's another thing that I like about this vehicle, is that it not only gives you the juice in sport mode, but it also changes the characteristic of the steering. See? Let's try it. Wow. Yeah. Handling is also phenomenal for a budget subcompact sedan. Whoa. This thing really responds. Wow. Guys, if you're still doubting why the Geely Emgrand doesn't have a turbocharged engine, well, I hope this driving review video will put that to rest. Put it in sport mode and this thing feels like it has a turbo. Now, the acceleration is not as hurried as the one found in the Coolray, no siree. That one is still the benchmark, but this is no slouch. And if you compare this to the other value subcompact sedans in the category, guys, the Geely Emgrand has the best performance of the entire bunch. It's crazy. Woo! Steering is sharp and crisp. Phenomenal. Wow. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Now, guys, that's just the driving performance of this Geely Emgrand Premium, and I am thoroughly happy with it. This thing is it's actually a 2 thumbs up, not just 1 thumbs up. It's 2 thumbs up for me, guys. Now, here's the thing. I haven't even spoken about the real ace of the Geely Emgrand, and that's the cabin comfort and NVH of this thing. You see, as I'm driving this around, we are on a busy Manila street here. There are trucks, there are buses, there are jeepneys. Guys, I'm not hearing anyone. No siree. You know, I've driven the BMW 3 Series and the BMW 2, and I have to say, guys, that the NVH quality of this thing is borderline, almost at the same level as the 3 Series. Now, some of you BMW purists out there might say it's sacrilege for me to say that, but guys, I am just saying it as it is. The NVH levels of this Geely Emgrand does not feel like a value subcompact sedan. It feels like I'm driving something that is twice as expensive as the Geely Emgrand. I can't believe that this thing only costs 908,000 Philippine pesos. It's crazy, guys. NVH is phenomenal. The ride quality is also really good. And I'm still in sport mode, guys. And yeah, we have a little bit more of feedback from the road, but it's not harsh. And it's not going to give you a full body massage in case, let's say, you're driving the Emgrand along EDSA. It is that good, guys. It is that good. Now at this point, guys, let me show you what it's like to be a passenger, a rear passenger of the Geely Emgrand Premium, and I will enlist the assistance of our good friend Sir Hamilton, who will be driving the Geely Emgrand Premium for me. So guys, when you contact the hotline of Geely Manila on my pinned comment below, well, I want you to ask for Sir Hamilton so that he can give you that extra special assistance and that full-blown service that you can expect from somebody who is as guapo and as handsome as Sir Hamilton. So here we are now at the back seat of the Geely Emgrand Premium, and right off the bat, guys, you can easily see that the size advantage of the Emgrand Premium can be seen here. You know how when you're seated, let's say at the back seat of a small sedan and you go out on a long drive, that after a while you start feeling nauseous, you start feeling claustrophobic and cramped? Well, you won't get that feeling here at the back seat of the Geely Emgrand. You see, it feels like I'm at the back seat of a compact sedan here, and it's really nice and spacious, and nice and airy here. Plus the fact that we have the sunroof open, so yeah, it gives me that feeling of a larger space. Now, we are riding on a torsion beam here, and you know, my butt has been trying to feel the road imperfections and all that, but surprisingly, it's not really harsh. We've gone through some imperfect cement roads here, and guys, it feels like the back seat of a compact sedan that's twice its price. I mean, see, we're not really being jostled around here at the back. It is perfectly comfortable. Now guys, I also love the fact that we have twin AC vents here at the back. So yes, even if it's a hot day today, it doesn't feel that because I have the rear AC vents pointed at me. So I'm quite comfortable here. So guys, if you're still considering if the Geely Emgrand Premium is, it might not be comfortable at the back seat, well, fear not, because the Geely Emgrand Premium also delivers here in the back seat. Now guys, I would like to give again a special thank you and shout out to Sir Hamilton, who is driving for me right now. See, that's him. Thank you, Sir Hamilton, for giving me this chance and opportunity to fully test drive this Geely Emgrand and run it through its paces. Overall, guys, well, how do I put this? It's been quite a while since I've had so much fun driving a value subcompact sedan. And by golly, guys, this Geely Emgrand Premium, it truly delivers in all the aspects. I mean, it doesn't have a turbo engine, so that means that the fuel consumption will be so good. Now, I haven't had the chance to take this out on a fuel economy run. Hopefully that will happen in a future video. Yeah, but the fact that it's all motor means that the engine is more durable, plus it has better fuel economy, and the fact that Geely managed to tune that CVT transmission to give you the power where it counts the most, which is at the low end, where you're gonna be doing like stop and go traffic, stop and go driving. Guys, that just tells you that the engineers at Geely really know what they're doing. They really know. Now, put that together with the cabin comfort and the NVH levels that you'd expect from a vehicle that costs twice as much as a Geely Emgrand Premium. And guys, I can tell you, man, this car is a certified winner. As I said in my features video, only time will tell. Well guys, I've managed to drive this for quite a while right now, and yeah, time already told me. The Geely Emgrand Premium, this guys is the hottest new contender in the value subcompact sedan space, and its competitors have better watch out. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this driving video, and until I see you in my next one, thanks for watching.